Maybe you've seen my video, which I recorded shortly before my first ever fight. I lost by unanimous decision. In this video, I'll try firstly to be a good example by showing how to react to setbacks and losses correctly, but I'm also going to teach you the things I've learned from my loss and my reflection on it, so that the time I invested into the fight didn't go to waste as much and you're more prepared than I was. I'm Outmax and I help the Muslim Ummah become their best version in a halal way. If you don't want to miss any of my future videos, subscribe. Like to push the algorithm so more people benefit from my videos. Leave a comment and share with someone who would benefit from the video. Like I said, this was my first ever fight. I didn't have any fighting experience before, only sparring. Okay, I had children's Japanese Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, 2 fights, but no one really cares about that because it's in children's tournaments. And if you look at the fights, me and both of them fought terribly. I was just older, I think. We could forget about that. I don't have any fighting experience. If you don't know or don't experience the fighting environment of boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai in real person, in real time, you're likely not prepared for it because it's nothing like a school presentation or similar. It's nothing like that. I myself think I have above average social skills. I would have no problem to talk with any stranger, or maybe it depends on the day. Of course, I have days where I am not as social because I don't want to, but usually I would have no problem with talking to, I don't know, even girls on the street. I'm not doing that, of course, but I would have no problem. Or talking to strangers, talking to the cashier, the waitress, the barber, I don't know, strangers in general. And I also am not scared of audiences, for example, school. If I have to present something, even if I don't know anything about the topic, I think I would not have any problem with that. Of course, it always depends on the situation, on the mass of the audience, so how many people there are. It's of course different if there are 30 people or 30,000 people watching you. But even though I have such good social skills, alhamdulillah, I was extremely nervous in my fights. And for context, I'm recording this video right now before I'm fighting again. So my second fight is coming in 6 hours, I think. A little less than 6 hours. And I'm going to implement all the things I tell you about in this video. An audience won't scare me is a lie. It's a lie. If audiences don't scare you, they will in a fight, but not for the same reason. In a fight, it's likely to be more overstimulation than embarrassment. In a fight, you have millions of little decisions which are permanent. You have no rest from them for the whole fight. So if you have multiple rounds, you have in 1 minute pause, 1 minute rest time, then maybe some of the stimulation pauses, but I didn't. I had 1 round of 4 minutes straight. I can try to visualize it for you. You're in this cage. Right here is your opponent. Right here is the coach of your opponent, and behind you is the coach of you, your coach. And if you think yourself this whole audience away, if you ignore it, let's say it wasn't there, it's already stressful for your nervous system. It's an all-out fight, so your opponent, it is not sparring, it is not hard sparring, he wants to hurt you as much as possible. Of course there are rules, but he wants to destroy you in the legal part of the fight. So he doesn't hold back on low kicks, he doesn't hold back on punches. You have to observe all his forelimbs, where he's looking at, his flinches, his patterns, all these things. Then you have your coach that tries to help you. You have to understand it and apply it whilst doing that, whilst doing the observing of your opponent. Then you have the coach of your opponent, which you hear. You have to separate it from your coach, from the audience, and reverse it. Understand what he's saying and counteract that. Firstly, look if your opponent does it. If he does it, counteract that. The coach of your opponent says, for example, he should do a takedown. You have to understand it, look if he's doing it, and then sprawl. And in this whole thing, with the coaches, your opponent, the cage, you have to observe where you are in the cage. You have 30, 50, 100 people all shouting for your attention. In my case, it wasn't that many, but in many of yours it will. All shouting for attention, screaming your name, screaming your opponent's name, trying to help you for some reason. And of course, you can filter everything out from the audience because it all doesn't matter. But to do the filtering is not as easy as you think it is, because they shout your name, the one word programmed yourself the entire life to give it your attention. You have all these sounds. You have to make the decision for every of them if you're going to give it a part of your attention or not, whilst doing the thing with the opponent's coach and your coach, and fighting your opponent. I know it probably sounds like I'm exaggerating because it's justified, and yes, it is justified. You have these millions of decisions in your everyday life, but in a fight it is different. Because of that, I'm trying to give you the feeling by describing it, how it will feel. And I think this picture right here resembles the fight really good. Here is your opponent, here your coach, and this whole audience right here, and light that is directed at you. If you're talented in this sort of stuff, okay, fine. I would really, really recommend it to you to first be one of this audience, to know this sort of stuff, to know the sounds, the music, the light, the attention, the coaches, etc. By the way, if you want completely free one-on-one coaching from me, check out the top link in the description. Now back to the video. So section 2 is stress is a success killer. You're probably also wondering why I didn't upload for months before my fight and after my fight. And one part of it was that I planned to upload a vlog after my fight, after the video which I recorded before my fight. So after the video I presented at the start of this video, the information provided in the video material would have been enough to dox me, and I don't want that. I'm going to show you a part of it, or let you hear a part of it. That's the day of my fight, after I recorded the video, and just hear it. You probably won't understand everything, or maybe even anything, but I just want you to observe how I'm talking, what I'm talking about, and this whole stuff.
Today is the big day, 13th of December 2025. I have my fight in 2 hours, about 2 hours. I recorded the video. I coached like 3 times with my coach, from his side, not from mine. I'm a bit late because we had to go through the post, because I recorded my video when we wanted to start. So we started 30 minutes late, and then we went the whole warm up through one time, so I know what time I have to do. I'm just praying I'm arriving on time. Yeah. I was stressed a bit, or I am stressed a bit, because everything was so. Because I'm late on time. I'm just praying that I arrive on time for my weigh in, and that I have enough time to warm up. I had time to get there at like 14, but my coach said, "Nah, it's okay. Yeah, go on like 15:30 or 15 o'clock, 15:30." So I'm talking in German time calculations. So it's 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. because everything else is just stress. Now I'm a little stressed because I'm so late. have to calm down a bit. Everything will be fine, even if I arrive late. I am gonna talk myself out of this this situation. Hearing a little bit of nasheed, some fighting Jim Moore nasheeds, visualizing the fight, doing what my coach told me at the time that my coach told me to. So I have a banana and a Dorafoni band. I'm excited. I want to fight. I invested so much time in this fight. I want to. It's a long time period that I've waited for this moment. I finally want to fight against this guy.
Like you probably heard, I was stressed. And like I said, big part of it was just bad planning of the day. I had a coach for my first fight. He's not coaching me anymore, but it's not because he was bad or we had some kind of discussion. I just don't have him anymore. I probably will get his service again later in my life, in a few years, but for now, not anymore. I'm talking to him, asking him questions sometimes. The main service is done. I was extremely stressed because I didn't plan out my day at all. I didn't plan out today, even though I'm fighting, but I had a structure a bit. I didn't know what to eat. My coach wanted to tell me we had problems with communication. I didn't know what to eat. Then he told me, he called me a bunch of times. I recorded my video even though we wanted to go through the warm-up, which I want to do before my fight, so I know what to do. And then I missed my bus. I had to get the next one after. In the bus, my trainer, my MMA coach, not my strength and conditioning coach, my MMA coach, called me and said, "You're late, where are you?" I'm saying I'm on my way. Then I had stress that I'm not going to be able to fight because I'm late. I ran there. I weighed myself. Firstly, I weighed too much, so which I thought, okay, I'm not going to fight. Then they told me, no, it's fine, you're wearing clothes. Then I got to the medics. My blood pressure was too high because I ran there. Also, my heartbeat was too high. This whole stuff, and then I hear that it isn't 3 times 2 minutes. Instead, it's 1 time 4 minutes. My fight. In this section, I'm just talking about, please, if you're fighting, plan out your day. What are you eating? When are you eating? How are you eating? When are you going? How are you going? Prepare by talking to your surroundings. Talk to your mother, talk to your father, talk to your siblings, talk to your driver, talk to your coaches. And make a plan. Write it down if you want. You just have to follow the plan at the fight day. Don't have to think about anything and can completely focus yourself just on fighting. Any additional stress, except from the fighting, any additional stress will lead to performance reduction. So prepare yourself. And prepare yourself, also the next part of this, section 3, prepare yourself. I didn't know that it was only 1 times 4 minutes. I didn't knew that. Trained for 3 times 2 minutes, I think. And I didn't knew I couldn't wear leggings. I didn't know a bunch of stuff. Even though I read the rules. I tried to figure it out. So, for you, read the rules. If you're an amateur, it's IMAF, Mixed Martial Arts Federation. Try to read the rules of your country. So, I live in Germany. So, it's GMAF, Germany Mixed Martial Arts Federation. And read what you can do. For example, if you're under 18, you can't strike or kick to the head. If you're amateur in general, I think it's only in Germany, but I don't know. You can't strike with elbows or knees, only in professional fighting. These things. So read the rules, find out gaps you don't know, but don't overthink it. Because overthinking really just leads to more stress. My bad. Section 4. Mindset is king. Because of this whole stress situation, I got nervous, my mindset shifted. I was severely overthinking about a bunch of stuff. What if I lose? The whole time I spent. So it is a good thought and rational thought, and I'm going to give you it right now. In my case, it was 4 minutes. I prepared myself for a whole, for half of a year, 6 months. I dedicated 6 months, as good as I could, to this fight, and all the training, all the stuff, everything about it is tested in this fight, in these 4 minutes. Everything. 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes to show everything you've learned, and after 4 minutes, it is done. Partially before my fight and fully after my fight. And it got me nervous. And what if I lose? So, I was so scared of losing, because the thought of losing and what would happen and what would shift in my life was so bad in my mind, I didn't even want to think about it. This construct in my mind led to me being stressed and losing. You have to shift this whole mindset. How do you shift it? There are a few things you can do. A big part of it is just reminding yourself why you want to fight, how you want to fight, etc. Like this picture of Khamzat. Be a psychopath. Just want to hurt your opponent, or do it for the appreciation of others. Do it because you want to be cool. I don't know. Just remind yourself this fun mindset. You have to just anything. Just want to fight. Give yourself, that's the next part, manual thoughts. Your automatic thoughts would be, what if I lose? What if that's going to happen? How do I fight, etc. Give yourself manual thoughts. I want to fight. I don't know others to look at me. 1-0 in my fight record. Just implant these positive reasons and things and hopes in your mind manually. And the big part that helped me personally, or I think will help me now, today, is Nasheed music. Disclaimer, I follow the opinion of my Islam teacher. His opinion is that music is halal. I know it's not the majority opinion. The majority of you will think it is haram. That's completely okay. I respect your opinion. Want you to respect mine. If I say music, just translate it to Nasheed. I really like folk music, so maybe it's a bit different. Call me cringe if you want, I don't care. Music or Nasheed has this powerful effect of giving yourself a vibe. That's scientifically proven. I'm calling it a vibe. So that's my little brother crying in the background. Sorry. It can shift depending on the music. It can shift your mindset in a direction. So if you probably experience what I'm talking about, you probably have experienced it in the same way. If you're hearing happy music, you will get happy. If you're hearing sad music, you will get sad. If you hear Nasheed, war music, gym music, cool music that lets you feel cool, I don't know. It is a really powerful tool to just shift your mind, at least in my case, from nervous to wanting to fight and being excited to fight. Oh, I'm sorry. These 3 things, reminding yourself why you want to fight, manual thoughts, implanting thoughts in your mind that will shift to automatic thoughts, and Nasheed music that lets you give a vibe, like in a film, the music in the background gives a vibe, are all extremely powerful tools to shift your mindset. And I really think this part of my video is the most important part. If I would have watched this part of my video before my first ever fight, it would increase the chance of me winning most of all of this video. But still could lose, and it's completely okay. Why? Yeah, okay. I tried to fix it, it doesn't work. I'm going to explain what these pictures are in a second. So this picture here is Sisyphus. You probably know the picture from just the pixelated things, and here it says the earth if you win, the earth if you lose, and they are just the same. So let's get started. This part is a part I came up with for a presentation of mine in philosophy about the contingency argument. I'm not talking about that, but it also applies in here because it's a really good way to show how Qadr works, the destiny of God. So this part here is the existence of God. Arrow in this way and arrow in that way, because he's the first that without a start and the last without an end. Infinity. He's infinite. This is the moment of creation. People call it the Big Bang, just the moment when created time and space and everything. Here is the day of resurrection, where this whole universe probably ends. So this is the timeline of the dunya. This part here is you failing, exactly here. But the existence of God is here, and in this moment, in the existence of God, if you can talk about a moment because he's outside of time and space, but in this little moment, in the exact same moment of the creation and the exact same moment of the day of the resurrection, in this perspective of God, failing is also at the same time. So you failing is as settled as the day of resurrection and as the Big Bang, the moment of creation. That's what Qadr means. You didn't really had a choice to fail. If you had done something better, probably would won, maybe. But you failing is already settled. It's a bit hard to explain, but one time I've heard it in that way. If you've done at your best and you still failed, it is Qadr. Because even though you could have done something better, you only know that you could have done something better after you've failed. Before you failed, you thought you had done everything you could have done. It is already written that you fail, if you fail. The same way it is already written that you win, if you win. If you win, Allah wanted it that way. Maybe He wanted it that way because it would be better for your character development, and you earned it. If you fail, maybe you didn't earn it because you didn't try your best. If you did try your best, Allah wants it for your character development, for you, for anything. Allah knows best. But it is Qadr. He wants it that way. Don't think about it that much. Allah wants it. Khalas. Also, losing is not that deep. This picture, which is pixelated right now, I don't know if it's pixelated in the recording, but for me it is pixelated. The earth is exactly the same if you win or lose. Your life will probably be near to exactly the same if you win or if you lose. I thought my status in the social, I don't know, hierarchy or however you would call it, would be severely impacted by this fight, but it wasn't the case. I am saying 0 to 1 like I would say I'm 0 to 0. I just don't care and nobody cares. If people ask me, did you fight? I say yes. Did you win or lose? I say lose. Why? I was nervous. Done. The last few weeks I added the phrase afterwards, but I'm fighting on the 30th of May, today. But what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. It is not that deep. Contrary to that, I would also say that in a way it is deep, but for your character development. And because of that I added this picture of Sisyphus. If you win, your character will not develop, probably. And if it does, maybe in the wrong direction because of arrogance and pride. If it develops in the right direction, not as much like if you lose. In all the series, in all the novels, in all the, I don't know, anime, manga, all this stuff, all Marvel movies, all fictional films, and even hero stories of the real world, the hero loses and loses again and again and again until he wins. Because he develops himself before he wins. And that's okay. What I didn't realize, and you probably didn't realize, is it would be really strange to train, and then all of a sudden win every time. You don't have a story. You really don't have anything to talk about. You don't have any story to tell in your biography or to your kids. I'm probably not going to talk about that in my biography of my kids, but you get the point. It's a hero's journey starts with failing. Embrace it with pride. Embrace it. Embrace that you lost, learn from it, and walk with it like you would walk with a scar of a fight you've lost. And the best stories are always comebacks. And my story today, my second fight, will, by the will of God, also be a comeback. Bi-idhnillah, inshallah. I'm trying to be a good role model here, a good example, and show you I've lost. I'm telling it to the whole world. Nobody will watch it because I am a small channel. But maybe later, if I'm big, my channel is big, I'm telling it to the whole world. I lost and I will win today. And even if I lose today, so I will win today, inshallah. Even if I lose today, I will fight again. Even if I don't fight and I don't win and I lose one time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, and I quit MMA, quit martial arts completely. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do that. But I will take these losses within my life, show it proudly with the thought and the thought of the experience I've got and the lessons I've learned from them. And I will win. I will win in life, inshallah. Even if I don't win in life, I will win in akhirah. The comeback will come. If I lose the first fight, the second fight, the fourth fight, martial arts, business, YouTube, anything, everything, the dunya, if I'm tortured for spreading my word, for spreading the religion, for spreading the truth, for spreading hope, if I'm tortured and die, I will try my best and I will win in the akhirah, inshallah. And the best stories are always the comebacks. So if you lose, take the scar, show it, and tell yourself, I'll do better next time. And if you lose next time, say it again, I'll do better the third time. Never give up. Never give up, even if you die trying. Even if you die trying, as long as you try your best and stay in the deen, you will win eventually, even if it's in the akhirah. This is the greatest win. Click and watch this video right now, or check out the links in the description. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.